So welcome back to the next part of our lesson 2. So this is part 2 of our lesson 2 of the series. So we're going to continue from where we left off in the previous video. So we were talking about IDEs, Integrated Development Environments, what those are. So let's move on to our development environment that we set up in the first video using Sublime in our terminal, and let's look at what the print function is and let's create a basic script. Let's look at what the print function is and some other things in Python. So let's switch to our development environment. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in on both of these so it's nice and clear too, and the readability is good. Okay, so now let's so if you don't know what these two things are on the screen, so on the right hand side I have my text editor. Excuse me. On the left hand side I have my terminal. So I really encourage you to watch this whole series in order from the first video to the second to the third, which is this one, so you don't get confused if you're new to programming or new to Python. So this is our development environment that we set it up in our first video. So now let's create a simple script, and now let's look at what the print function is in Python. So let's say print here. So this is the print function in Python. It is a really important function to learn as beginners. So the print function is basically notated or is kind of described by the keyword print and then two parentheses after it. So basically think of it like this: anything you put inside these parentheses and these brackets will get printed to the screen. So let's just create a simple script which prints hello world. Now remember, wait, so let me type this in first. Hello world. So this is the first software that majority of the programmers run. So let's print hello world. Now if you kind of observe, I have two quotation marks at the beginning and the end. That is to indicate that this is a string, so this is a text message. We'll look into this more about data types and the different types of data and the different variable types there are in the next videos to come. But for now, let's just ignore that, and let's just say that this is a line of text. So we are going to print whatever is in these two, or whatever is in between these brackets, which is this line. So let's save this. If you remember from our previous video, I'm going to save this to my desktop. So let's name this. Let's just give it hello world. Hello world ld.py. So if you recall from our previous lessons, that .py is the extension we use to tell the computer that this file or this script is written in the Python programming language. So whenever we're creating a script, whenever we're saving a script or saving a file that is written in Python, we use the .py extension to tell the computer that this is created in Python, in the programming language Python. So I'm going to save this to my desktop, hello world.py. Let's save this. So let's run our script. So if you recall, I encourage you, if you don't know what's going on the screen, to watch the series in order. So let's change my directory to my desktop, and then let's run the script. So Python hello world.py, and it should print hello world, and there it is, hello world. Let me zoom in a bit. Is that too much? I think that, yeah, that's good. So hello world. So basically the print function, whatever we put inside these brackets, it gets printed on the screen. Now it's not limited to printing text messages. We can do a lot more with the print function. So we can also do a lot of arithmetic operations inside the print function and print the result of those operations on the screen. So let's just perform a simple addition operation. So let's do 5 plus 5. Let me add some spaces so it's clear to read. Let's print another one. So let's print the result of 68 minus 36. Sure, why not? So we put some space here so it's nice to read. So we're printing a string, which has a text message "Hello World." We're printing multiple arithmetic operations using the print function. So let's save this and let's see the result of this of our script. So Python hello world, or yeah. So since we're on this, another quick thing about the terminal is that if we are typing the same command again over and over again, so in this case like Python hello world to run our script, I don't have to type in the keyword Python and hello world again and again. If I'm running the same script, I can just use the up and down arrow keys to kind of change what my scripts were, or what my commands were. So basically, the terminal, we can use the arrow keys to change or to kind of get what our previous commands were. So I'm just going to press the up key, the up arrow key. I'm going to get the same command printed on the screen, which I used previously. So I'm just going to press enter, and there it is. So hello world, our string is printed on the screen. On line number 2, 5 plus 5, our addition operation is printed on the screen. So that evaluates to 10. On line number 3, 38 minus 36 is printed on the screen, which is 32. So let's try something else. So let's print, let's see. So let's paint, let's say we say the total area of a rectangle. Yeah, let's calculate the total area of a rectangle for some exercise, sure. So I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, I need to do this. So the total area of a rectangle. So let's say if I have a rectangle with the width of 15 centimeters so the length would be 18 centimeters, sure. So let's print, and let's print the area of this. So if you remember the formula for printing or for calculating the area of a rectangle, it's just the width divided, or the width multiplied by the length. So let's just do that. So 15 times. Now in Python, for multiplication, we do not use the x key. Instead we use the asterisk, which is shift and the 8 number key. So that's the asterisk, what we use for multiplication. We will go over like all of the different arithmetic operations in Python in the next video, but for now just remember that we use the asterisk, or multiplication is denoted by the asterisk symbol and not the x key. So let's just type in asterisk and then 18. So 15 times 18 would be our answer. And let's save this. Let's go back, press the up key, and then enter. So the total area of our rectangle with a width of 15 centimeters by a length of 18 centimeters is 270 centimeters. Now, yeah, as I said before, we will go through the different arithmetic operations there are in Python. But just one more quick thing I want to do with the print function is to kind of get more exercise, or kind of get more familiar with the print function and the use cases, and like what the limits and what the constraints of the print function are. So let's just try another example. So this time we're going to calculate the area of a triangle. So let's say the area of a triangle, let's say which has a base of, so that it has a base of 20, oh no, let's just go with 20 centimeters, and has a width of 12 centimeters. base times height, which has a base of 14 centimeters and a height of 12 centimeters. Sure. So as you recall, the formula for calculating the area of a triangle is base times height, and then this whole thing would be divided by 2, so over 2. So let's do this, and since we're on a computer, we use this symbol, the / to denote division. We also use this in Python. So division is notated by the / in Python. So whenever we're performing, so let's just move this example aside. Let's just print a simple division. So let's say 14 divided by 7. So as you see, division is notated by this / in Python, and multiplication is donated or notated by the asterisk symbol. So let's just do this, save this, let's run our script, and then let's see what the result is. So the area of a triangle, base whose base equals 14 centimeters, and the height, or I had a typo here, the height equals 12 centimeters. So we'll do this in a minute. So in the meantime, or the other example we had was our division and our multiplication. So just one quick observation that I think you can make is that in our division, so when we printed 14 divided by 2, we see a decimal place. The answer is to a decimal place. Even when if it's 0, the answer is just 2. The answer is 2.0, which is, I guess, which we will go through eventually, like in the upcoming video. But for now, this is just a quick example, or a quick thing that I want you to keep in mind, is that whenever we perform a division, the answer is not an integer. It is actually a float value, which has a decimal place. So we will go through this in the next video. Let's go back to our example of the triangle. So let's perform that calculation. So we need to do the base times height first. For that, if you recall BEDMAS from your school mathematics, we do the brackets first. So let's enclose this multiplication in brackets. So it would be base, so which is 14 times 12, and then we are going to divide this by 2. Save this, let's run this again, and let's see, and there we have it. So the area of our triangle is 84 centimeters, whose base is 14 centimeters and height is 12. So this is just a general use case of the print function. So the print function is not limited to just strings, so not the string being like, the print function in Python is not limited to just text messages, or to text messages which are strings. We can also perform multiple arithmetic operations in it. So in our case, we did multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So that's basically like a short use or a usage of the print function. It is really handy whenever you're printing. Basically, it's really useful whenever you're printing error messages in Python. When you're debugging, it is really helpful for beginners to debug their programs, and even it is a useful function to learn about. So in this video, we covered the basic Python print function and then running a script. We also created a basic script which calculates the area of a rectangle, as we did in the previous example, and of a triangle. So in the next video, we are going to look at, I believe, arithmetic operators. So all of the different arithmetic operations there are in Python, and the different arithmetic operators there are in Python. So till then, I hope you've enjoyed this whole series that I've created on this channel. If you haven't, I encourage you to watch it from the start, so from video 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. If you have any feedback or any criticism on the way like this whole format of teaching is concerned, I'll be happy to read your comments. So please comment comment below if you have any suggestions or any just general feedback regarding this whole format. I am getting used to this, so this whole system may be a bit weird to me, but I'm slowly getting used to it. Kind of recording myself teaching Python. So until then, I'll see you in the next video when we cover arithmetic operations and the different arithmetic operators there are in Python. So I'll see you in the next video.